Welcome everyone to another awesome episode of Wine, Hops and Road Stops, shot on location right here at the beer stop in West Hazelton. Alan, how you doing today?
I'm doing very good, thank you.
And what do we got in front of us today? It is the summer, even though it doesn't seem like summer out. It's the summer, so what do we have?
Well, we had one warm day over the weekend, so we figured might as well go for it, and we're doing a lot of the summer beers today. Most of your summer beers, lots of fruit flavor this year. It seems, doesn't matter what the style is, wheats, whites, IPAs, everything's putting fruit in it this year.
Now, I'm seeing a lot of IPAs with fruit added to it, like you were calling it the training wheels for IPA.
Absolutely, yeah. If you don't quite like the complete bitterness of it, yeah, they put a bunch of fruit in it, gives it a little sweeter flavor, a little different, less IBUs on the scale, so not as bitter, and it's kind of, your entryway into the IPAs.
The nice thing is, I'm going to be trying a whole bunch of these beers today that I haven't tried before, because a lot of times we're sampling beers, we're reviewing beers on the show, and I may have had them the week before or whatever out at the bars, but these all look pretty new to me.
Not only are they new, but as real beer drinkers like we are, you tend to shy away from the fruit beers. So most of these, quite frankly, I haven't had either.
Oh, great. It's gonna be almost like a blind taste test again. But before we get there, remember, if you have any questions for us, best way to get in touch with us is Facebook, facebook.com/wine, hops, and road stops. Go to our Facebook page, interact with us, tell us how we're doing. But right now, let's get to some news. There's some news in the craft beer world. First off, our friends in China are in the news today. China's middle class is falling in love with craft beer, and this seems like a good thing. A couple years ago, craft beer made up only 0.3% of total beer consumption in China, and now it's around 5%. And experts expect to see it increase to around 30% by 2020. Craft breweries in China are experimenting with egg tart, green tea. That's not too weird, but egg tart's weird. Peppercorn, sweet potato. What do you think about this?
Oh, we were over in China. We adopted my daughter from there about 10 years ago. And literally my favorite country. They're super nice, super friendly. But even Tsingtao, the biggest beer over there, they were very surprised to hear they weren't even aware that it's owned by Budweiser now. And they were a little taken back by that because they're very, proud of their country. But they are definitely, we had a Pearl beer, which I brought a case back of. It was fantastic. It was a very complex triple beer. So they're not just getting the Bud Miller Coors type of beers, they're really getting into the unusual flavors.
But don't just discount it because it's weird. It may be
pretty good.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I had everything from pig brain to scorpion and all kinds of stuff. So
scorpion, huh?
Yeah, fried scorpion. Didn't taste like anything. You just ate it because it was scorpion, and why not?
Why not? Next up in the news, one of my favorite gourmet restaurants, Taco Bell, is to release their own beer. Taco Bell has announced its very own beer, the Beach Bell. The brew will be a Mexican-style amber lager. As of now, the Beach Bell will only be served at the Taco Bell Cantina in Newport Beach. What do you think about fast food places getting into the beer industry?
Well, fast food places over in Europe, again, you go into McDonald's, you get a beer. So this is nothing new for everywhere else in the world. It's just really new here. And quite frankly, I can't believe it's taken this long for our country to get, into this. Even Walt Disney World has beer in their park now.
And right now we're going to move on to the next segment, which is glassware. A lot of people put a lot of faith into what glass that they drink their beer out of. Personally, I like to drink it out of glass, but it really doesn't matter to me that much.
There really isn't that much of a difference. Some of your more complex beers that you want at the 55 to 60 degree temperature, a nice chalice is good because just like in a cognac, your hand's going to kind of keep it a little bit warmer and just bring out some different flavors with it. Other glasses like triples, because the triples keep fermenting, so therefore they keep bubbling with the carbonation of the beer. So they like to have a wide open top to let the some of the carbonation escape. Sam Adams actually designed their own glass for their own Sam Adams lager.
Right, it has a little lip on the top of it.
Lip on the top of it to supposedly keep the notes in so that when you smell the beer, it stays in the glass. A little etching on the bottom of the glass to keep the carbonation flowing. So there's a science behind it. If you drink it fast enough, does it really matter?
But you should be aware, there are different types of glasses. So let's talk glassware 101 right now. First off, the pint glass. The American pint glass or shaker glass is probably the most common glass for beer. It's simple, cylindrical. It gets wider as it goes up. Common to use most type of beers include lagers, ales, IPAs, stouts. Now the English pint glass has a slight lip near the top of it. That's about the only difference between the English and the American The goblet or chalice is the next one. They can be found in a variety of sizes with a long, thick stem and a bowl sitting on top, usually thicker glass, heavier. Great choice for heavier malty beers, such as the Belgian Ale, German Bock. Pilsner glass, tall and skinny with little or no curvatures. Pilsner glass is designed for lighter beers, such as Pilsners. It's slender and it helps with carbonation, and a slightly wider top of the glass retains the foam head of your beer. The Weizen or wheat glass starts with a narrow base. The curved lip at the top of the glass helps trap a thick foam head, allowing for you to appreciate the full aroma and flavor. Now also there's a snifter for really big beers, usually used for brandy, but this unique shape of the glass allows you to swirl your beer around like I like to do. Double Imperial IPAs, Belgian IPAs, beers with high ABV usually come in a snifter. Don't go away, we have some more coming up on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops, including a trip to the Bangor Trust Brewing Company, and we get to sample all these beers. It's coming up next on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. Don't go away. Welcome back to Wine, Hops, and Road Stops on location at the beer stop. And now we're going to sample some beer, and these are beers for the summer. It doesn't look like it's summer outside. It's still kind of cold. Like you said, we had one nice day so far,
yes,
but that's not stopping us for sampling beers here.
So I'm not sure if it was summer and we're at the fall again, I guess.
Well, these are very summery beers.
These are great summer. These are great beers if you're just done mowing the lawn. You know, they go down nice, smooth, and easy. First one is from Germany, Schoenhofer.
I've never had this.
It's an extremely refreshing beverage. I don't even want to call it a beer. That's how much fruit juice is in this. Alcohol comes in at about 3.5% only.
Oh, so this is a tiny little beer.
Mm-hmm. You could drink this down at the beach all day long. I mean, it's just super refreshing. There's more grapefruit flavor than there is actual beer flavor.
There's no beer flavor to me. Very little.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
it's alcoholic juice.
Even at 3%, I mean, this could be dangerous because I could just drink this all day.
And that's the thing, is it just goes down, then you're looking, oop, it's empty.
Yeah.
All right, next one is the UFO White Pink Lemonade.
Okay. Now this
UFO White's always been one of my favorites. It's a great white ale. So now this is one of their follow-ups. They have a pink lemonade, and then they also have a blueberry lemonade as well. So again, this season, everything is fruits.
There's a lot of carbonation in this. I can taste. I can taste the...
You taste lemonade-y?
Yes.
But it doesn't taste beer-y.
No.
In that, so...
Not at all.
Next one is the Melon Cart. Watermelon, wheat ale, honeydew, and cantaloupe.
That's a lot of fruit. You can taste the melon right there as soon as you sip it.
That's kind of a little...
Cantaloupe is kicking in at the end.
Yeah.
So if you like fruit...
If you like cantaloupe, that's the beer for you.
Yep, you got melon at first, and then you got the cantaloupe part, the finish there. Yep. So again, this is probably not a big beer either.
No. Most of these fruit beers are really going to be coming in at that 4.5%, just like a Coors Light or so. Well, next one, just to kind of break up the monotony of the fruit beers, this is Sierra Nevada and Weinstefaner from Germany collaborated on the beer for basically a nice summer drink. This is called Brewpact, I think, or Braupact. It
has that German finish. It's how I can describe it. It has that German bite at the end.
And then a second bite, after that bite's gone, you kind of get a little of the Sierra Nevada Pale Ale in there.
Yes. Oh, wow, yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I like that. That's really nice.
Yeah, this is closer to what I would
and it's a 6% alcohol, so at least if you're going to drink it, feels like you're doing something.
It feels like you're doing something. I like that.
And then this is from Ballast Point. This is their Peach Tart Kolsch, which is another German style of beer. And the tartness...
The tartness is scaring me.
Yeah, well, that's...
It's in the name. Because I'm not a big sour beer fan, but I do like Ballast Point. They haven't really steered me wrong yet.
And it doesn't have that sour smell.
No, it's not bad.
No, it's interesting. You can almost throw it in a martini glass, and then the wives would kind of enjoy that.
Yeah, there's some sour notes to this beer. Mm-hmm. It's not devoid of sourness.
No.
So the tart in the name, that describes it. Yeah,
because it isn't quite sour.
Right. It's not like the sour beers we had a couple episodes ago.
No. It's not a true sour where it's vinegary.
Right.
Next is Thomas Hooker's Blonde Ale. He has blondes, brunette, and redhead, actually. Again, just a nice, easy drinking beer for the summertime.
Tastes like a blonde ale to me.
Yeah.
No more, no less.
No more, no less. Nothing fancy.
But they do go down really, really easy.
It's tough to stop drinking them because you just kind of want to go.
It can be dangerous because of how easy they are to drink. You know, it's...
Which is a lot of times why they're lower in alcohol too, so...
Well, danger is my middle name.
Next we have is the Stone I'm Peach Double IPA.
Now this I'm interested in.
Yeah, so now we're going to get into the last two, are going to be actual IPAs where they're putting the fruit in it to just try and balance it out a little.
It smells great. There's just enough peach in it for me.
There's just enough peach that you know it's peach, but yet it doesn't overwash the bite of that a double IPA that you're expecting. So you still get that bite at the end.
Yeah, this is good. Right here, this is the one.
What is this coming in at alcohol? 8.5% alcohol.
And that's why.
Yeah.
This is the one. There's a lot of hop character to it too, which is nice.
Again, it finishes like an IPA. You don't really finish a peach at all. So this is going to be an orange IPA.
This is Sierra Nevada Sidecar. Compared to the last one, not as much hop character.
No, the last one was a much better beer. No offense to Sierra Nevada, but the peach double IPA really stood out.
Yeah, there's not.
This
is
well.
supposed to be orange.
It's supposed to be orange IPA.
There's not much orange to this. Now, you may like that. You know, that's another thing. You may like the fact that there's not an overbearing amount of orange.
And I almost want to say it's more orange peel than it is orange. So maybe that's where it's kind of, because you're not getting any sweetness in it.
Right now, we're joined at the beer stop by Trudy. You're our first guest to be on the show. The first time we've had a guest on the show.
I'm honored.
Are you honored?
I am. I'm also very thirsty.
So she's going to sample a beer or two for us, right? And tell us what you think. This is the
UFO White's Pink Lemonade. Perfect one for the summertime. Nice, easy drinking. It won't be bitter for you.
And you can tell us exactly what you think.
Really?
Yeah.
To me, it's seltzery.
Yeah?
Too much seltzer.
You don't like it?
No.
So what do you like to drink? What is your drink of choice?
Merlot.
Oh, you're a wine drinker.
Get her out of here.
No, I drink beer too.
Okay.
I like to try all of them.
Try a melon, see what happens.
That's better. That's better, but it's still...
So what is this? This is the Golden Road Brewing Company Melon Cart Watermelon Wheat Ale with honeydew and cantaloupe.
And I like both.
So you know, this beer is probably going to be good for relaxing on the back deck in the middle of the summer. You can feel that. You can see that in your head.
Exactly. Exactly. Very good.
Well, thank you for coming on the show and sampling some beers. And I hope you watch the show.
I do.
Okay, good. And I hope you support the beer stop and the rest of the places on the show.
I've been supporting him for... I should have stock in here. Thank you.
All right, well, thank you
Nice
very
meeting
much.
you.
It's always a pleasure.
Nice seeing you again.
Always good to meet a fan.
Have a great day, everybody.
Don't go away. When we come back on Wine Hops and Road Stops, our road stop for this episode is the Bangor Trust Brewing Company in Bangor, Pennsylvania. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome to Bangor Trust Brewing. I sat down with owners Tracy McGinty and Leo Bongiorno to talk about themselves, their spin on craft beers, the importance of fresh local ingredients in their food, and the story behind this beautiful building that houses their brewery, nestled in downtown Bangor. Although Bangor Trust Brewing may be the new kid on the brewpub block, their owners are not new to the beer business.
A buddy of mine attended Northeastern University, and this was back in the late 1980s. And up there in Framingham, just over the bridge, coming out of Boston, there was this awesome little homebrew store, and we'd make some prison wine over in his dorm room over there. And always dreamed about building a brew pub back when the word brew pub didn't even exist.
Leo may have started as a home brewer, but he's been involved with many breweries over the years.
I built the brewery, which is now operates at Six Point in Brooklyn, New York. At the time, it was the Liberty Heights Tap Room. Butternuts Beer and Ale up in upstate New York. Shawnee Craft right up the road here. Fegley's down in Allentown, Bethlehem there.
And Leo's partner Tracy has been in the beer business for almost just as long.
I started working for a local brewery about 20 years ago and was there for 18 years. And we acquired this space in the fall of 2016. It was built in 1912. It was a bank, and then it was, from what we understand, a library, and it was a post office. It was even a machine shop. And then we opened our doors February 2nd, 2017.
So, needless to say, I think both owners know their beer, and the proof is in their product. During my visit, I had the opportunity to try two of their beers, the Weizenheimer and the Pig Earth Pale Ale. Both were great plays on their respective styles, with a little unique twist.
Today's beer is going to be a traditional Weizen. We call it Weizenheimer. We're also going to serve it with a raspberry syrup preparation. Actually, we call it Schnitzelberry. It's basically individually quick frozen fruits there, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. And we make a sauce reduction out of that, add that to the glass, put the Weizen in it, or just Weizenheimer straight up.
Pig Earth is a recipe that Leo developed years ago, and he adapted it for here, for our water. Bangor's water, by the way, is very good. And it's a nice session mild ale. You know,
2-row North American malt. Got a little special kung fu in there. I use a little Thomas Fawcett's low chocolate or pale chocolate malt in that. Tiny bit of ginger, really just at about the threshold of perception. And a couple of neat little hop tricks that go into it.
Okay, the road stop would not be complete without me sampling some of the craft beers they have here. This is the Weizenheimer, and this is the Pig Earth Pale Ale. That is an excellent pale ale. A little hint at the end of the mosaic hops coming through. It's a little bite at the end. It's not exactly what you would think of a pale ale. It's a little bit more than that. I really like it. This is a fantastic beer. Now this one, blind taste test right here. I haven't tried this yet. That's good too. I mean, can't go wrong with this. We talked to the brewmaster. He knows what he's doing. Apparently, you can get this Weizenheimer with or without Schnitzelberry. Now let's taste this. Get it with. Without is good too, but this just puts it up a notch. This is excellent. Fantastic. Wonderful. Love this place. Another thing that we're very proud of is that they use local ingredients whenever possible.
Clean ingredients. We use organic as much as we can. We source locally. Our flour is unbleached, unbromated. It's not as processed as other flours. We use 100% olive oil, kosher salts, raw sugar in everything that we bake, including our bread. And then we use Klein Farms for our dairy, and they're located just about 6 miles from here. So our mozzarella regat is from Klein Farms. There are a couple things that we just, we import from Italy because you just can't, beat Pecorino Romano. So there
you can't beat that.
No, there's just some things that we do import, but it's always the top quality, the best that we can get.
Let's talk about the flatbread. You're pretty proud of your flatbread, I heard, so tell me a little about what goes all into the flatbread that's being prepared.
Okay, it's our homemade crust. It's very, I believe there's only 5 ingredients in the crust, and the toppings are a little bit eclectic, a little bit different. Some are very traditional. We have the San Marzano sauce, and then we also have, with just the cheese, it's just your regular pie, so to speak. And then we also have like prosciutto and melon. So, just fun ingredients, and again, organic as much as we can, and local as much as we can.
The margarita flatbread, one of the many flatbreads they serve here. Looks fantastic. Now take a bite here. This is all local ingredients in this flatbread. And you can really taste the difference. Fantastic. And if flatbreads aren't your thing, they have a nice sized menu that has a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything for everyone. We even have a meatball martini.
Ooh, a meatball martini. What's that?
It's a meatball served, one single meatball, the most perfect meatball, served in a martini glass with a garlic crostini. Every Saturday from 1 to 4, we have free sangria tasting, where we take, again, local ingredients and local wine, and we mix up some sangria. We started that off before we had our liquor license, just as a way to get folks in, but we continued to do it because they really liked it. We do all-you-can-eat mussel nights. That's pretty random. We only do it when we can get them fresh. We insist on only the PEIs. So when they don't have the Prince Edward Islands, then we don't have mussel night, unfortunately. We are very strong supporters of the local craft scene, whether it be wine, beer, and spirits. We have Renegade and Raw from Stroudsburg, and then we have Tolino and Franklin Hill from Bangor, Pennsylvania.
When they can, they use local ingredients. They use local spirits. They use local wineries, even local coffee.
From Baby Harry, right across the street, roasted right across the street.
Thank you for your time, Tracy. Bangor Trust Brewing in Bangor, Pennsylvania. Come try out their beer. Come get something to eat. The food is fantastic here. And that is this episode's Road Stop. Well, that's all the time we have today on Wine Hops and Road Stops. Make sure that you get out, get to the beer stop. What do we have new this week at the beer stop?
Well, going off our last show of the, what do we call it?
Pop culture?
Pop culture beers, yeah. We have Death Before Disco, the Chuck Morris beer, Harpoons, Miami Vice.
So maybe we'll have another pop culture show in the future, because I want to know what the Chuck Morris tastes like. Miami Vice? Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah,
Thompson Crockett, sure.
It's always a lot of interesting, a lot of new stuff all the time.